Hi, this is Universal Vibes with the 411-2020. Right now, all I'm going to talk about is something I kind of meant to do on my channel a while ago, but I didn't do it. So, if um, if this is something you guys are interested in me posting, that's fine. If not, I can always just keep it to myself. So, there is a purpose for this though. So if I don't do it again, even if you guys want me to talk about this stuff, um, it's because the message within this was a message to the collective in itself about how things work. So this is an example of what I go through. Some people call it dream state. It's not for me. I go out of body. Okay? So this is an example of what I go through and the reason why. So, and this is just a spiritual conversation. For those of you that are not really comfortable with, spiritual conversations, just don't watch this. Okay? If you're into like just getting messages from me for the week or for whatever collective reading I do, the number readings, that's great. So last night when I was out of body and I wrote all this stuff down, so you'll see me like reading off this. I woke up around, I think it was like 5 something in the morning last night. Today's the 13th, by the way, Sunday. So June 2020. So last night I was petitioned. This happens sometimes. And I was petitioned by somebody who is within the 144 harmonic resonant vibration. The person that petitioned me, he was a young African American, okay, and he was seeking advice on his career path. And usually when I get petitions, okay, it's usually like karma clearing. So when this person approached me, this individual, I was kind of like shocked, okay, because usually nobody petitions me about career. But see, I learned something during this petition because it was all related. So this happens at random to me during my out-of-body experiences, like I stated, where another will connect to me and seek information, right? I don't know if this is someone who watches my channel. I don't know if this is somebody connected to the person who petitioned me that watches my channel. I don't know and don't care, okay? So, anyway, this person, I'm just going to describe them because I was told to. So this person is a very attractive African American, black, whatever you guys want. I'm not going to be politically correct all the time because nobody really cares, right? Very attractive. He looked really young, but I think he's around like 40, 43, okay? But he looked like he was in his like early 30s, and he worked out. He was just really built, but not overbuilt, tall, about 6 foot, like almost 6 foot, okay? And we were both just sitting down next to each other, and we were looking into, it's not a portal, but some people call it a portal, like where you can like see, stuff. And this is usually how the petitions happen. Like I have them look into whatever setting they choose, that's what I get pulled into. So he chose just us sitting down on a bench and looking directly this way. Like he was sitting over here and I'm sitting here and he's talking to me, and when he asked me to show him, it just showed up like this portal, and so I said, this is what's gonna, sometimes it's like a lake, so it's like a still lake, and so they'll look down. Now when people are looking down, it's usually because they have a lot of ego stuff to go through. When people are looking directly forward with me in my petitions, when they come to me during out of body, it's because they want to move forward. They've already cleared the karma. So the directions, if this happens to any of you guys, I just want to give you this information. Where you get petitioned during out of body, dream state, whatever you want to call it. Mine's actually out of body. If they're looking this way, direct, that means that they're ready. If they're looking down, they have a lot of karma to clear, right? They need to, they're kind of going to go through a process of tower moments to get them to look straight. right? I'm not talking tunnel vision, I'm talking just forward in life. Now, if they're looking up, okay, it's usually a guide that you think is petitioning you, right? And you're giving information to, but they're really giving information to you during that petition. You don't realize that you're talking to a master guide. So, and it could be your own master guide. Like most of the time it is, but you'll be looking up and the whole window or the, portal thing, the mirror will start showing all these events in this and that. That's master guides. Sometimes it's angels. Angels usually, they don't do the side by side. Angels will just be directly in front of you, or you'll feel them directly behind you, okay? And you'll feel this like really nice presence around you. Anyway, just for those that were wondering. So, okay. So during our conversation, he was inquiring about going into real estate. Okay. Now, he was he was in some sort of financial career. I don't know what he was. Okay. I don't know if he was a broker. I don't know if he worked at a bank. I really don't know. But I do know that he had a college background, a 4-year degree, because he talked about that and how important it was to his mother to get that degree, right? And so he is, debating going into real estate, which he's always wanted to go into, and he was unhappy where he was in his financial career because he feels like he told me that he felt like I've already learned everything I could learn, and every client is basically the same now. Like I'm not learning anything new now, right? And then he said he felt stuck with it because his mother was proud that he was in this financial career path. So he felt like he had to make her proud, right? Now, this is just the construct of the 3D, right? This has nothing to do with, what's really going on behind the scenes. This is just the circumstances they will show you. And it's usually with a family tie, right? So he says, okay, yeah, my mom, she's really proud of me. She keeps giving me, that of boys and this and that she's so proud that I'm doing this well in my career, but I want to go back. I want to go into real estate. That's what calls me. And so the mother was like, going into real estate's a huge risk at this time. There's the fear factor, 3D mindset, right? Where there is this lack mentality that there's not abundance for everybody, right? But see, I'll tell you where that came from in the mom. It wasn't because she didn't want her son to go into real estate. It was something else completely. So she kept telling him it was a huge risk, so he's been putting it off for the past 2 years. We're in 2020. He was supposed to go into real estate during January, okay? The end of January. But all this stuff happened, the COVID thing, this happened to a lot of people, and so he felt stuck, right? Because he was supposed to make the choice 2 years prior, right? Like a lot of people were supposed to get divorced 2 years prior, then their divorce gets delayed, So, anyway. So I told him everything on why he was attracted to real estate. And it really had nothing to do with that actual career path. It really didn't. It had everything to do with him wanting to learn a new skill and apply what he learned at, it's like a ladder step, right? So apply everything that he learned in his financial career to that sort of business so that it would actually boom and be good for all, for the highest good of all. His clients, his bank account, his family, all this stuff. It was going to boom, like go up, right? And make him feel better about himself. And the whole risk-taking thing, Aries are really good at doing this. He was not an Aries, okay? So he was kind of shy. He was a Taurus, okay? This guy's a Taurus. So he's always wanting to be stable. Like, I get afraid, just like, my DNA from my mom saying, oh, that's a huge risk, but it's something he wants to do. And bulls are stubborn, and that's Taurus, right? That's the zodiac of Taurus. So he was convinced, yes, I'm going to go into it one day, but right now, I don't know if there's any, money in it, so I'm afraid that my stability is going to be taken away, so I'll keep doing something I don't like doing, right? So I told him everything on why he was attracted to it, and he was shocked how much sense it made on why his mother was against it. Okay, so the reason being that his mom was against it was because he would have to move locations, okay? So he would have to go from one state to the next, okay? And to build a successful business. And his mother was unable to release her needs to see him physically, okay? And I don't like the term mama's boy or anything like that, because we know what was going on, because he loved his mom and she loved him, and they, he was like the man of the house when he was a young teenager. He always took care of his mother, when the dad left, okay? So he felt responsible for her happiness instead of the man that she was with, right? Won't get into that. So he took on the responsibility of the man of the house at a very young age, and that's her only son, okay? So you can see why she's totally against this, because she knows in that area, if he goes into real estate, it's not going to do well at all. So she's halfway right, but at the same time, he knows that he would have to move locations in order for it to be successful, this and that, whatever. So you, hopefully you guys are seeing what drives the soul to a certain career, right? So even though this was a career, petition to me, it was a soul talk that we were having because of the way that everything came out, okay? So basically, what I'm trying to say is that all these petitions and things, when you get to this point where you're working with people like that, it's greater than you, right? And your guidance, like what you want to do, it's greater than you, okay? So he just thinks he wants to go into real estate for whatever reason. His mom thinks that it's going to fail. Well, it's nothing about either one of those things. The whole purpose of this, okay, to break it down, is that it's good for both individuals, right, to walk through this doorway of clearing in a way. When he goes for his goal, his mom's able to release that part of her mind that feels like she's going to lose her son and not be able to see her son. And the whole reason why the mom is like that was because you guys call them past lives. I know that everything's happening at once, okay? It's the Akashic timeline record, okay? Everything's happening at once. There's no such thing as time. But you guys will call them a past life. So let's just say that it's a past life. In a past life, she lost her son. Her son died, okay? So this is why she wants him close to her. And it was the same soul. They're coming back to repeat, okay? But here, like I've told you guys, there's always 4 Earths like rotating, so it's just all happening at once. It's like, an atom, right? The way that everything goes. So that was the purpose on why she didn't want him to go into real estate. She knew, her subconscious, her superconscious knew, in order for him to be successful in it, and he would be because he's always been successful at everything he's done, he's always taken responsibility in his life, he's a Taurus for crying out loud, so in a high vibration. So she knew that he would have to leave. And she wasn't ready to part with her location, right? But him leaving would help her move on and leave. But there was going to be a period of time where she wasn't able to see him physically anymore. You see? And that was going to help her go through, realign and clear her guilt and heartache of losing her son in what you guys call a past life, right? Even though it's the same person, it's just repeating in a different way. So it's an easier way to clear, right? Your son moves to a different location, so you're without him, so you kind of can feel and go through that little learning curve with the soul growth and be sad for a little bit and realize why you're sad. Well, it's because I just love my son so much and I want him to be with me. Well, why do you want him to be with you? Because you lost a son in a past life. But it's really just a Akashic timeline record. And your memory, your oversoul, your superconscious knows that you lost the same soul, harmonic, and so you just want to hold tight to them, right? So if that makes sense. So so letting go of that fear means, letting go of the fear of like him moving on is her releasing this crap within her field, her energetic field, that needs to be released. And so I saw something that I didn't tell him during the petition because it's not my place to. So if he stays in the same location, seeing his mom every week, twice a week, this and that, basically regardless, his mother was going to experience loss regardless, because that's, something that she needs to overcome, right? And so and he would experience lack mentality, fear factor, right? Of not going for something in the moment, right? All right. So, I think this is it. Yeah, that was it. That was pretty much the petition. So thank you for your likes, your shares, and your subscribes.